Hey, it's me, GV, and I am about to reveal to you the best television show that you have never heard of. This television show is called Mountain Monsters. Somewhat recently, I was scrolling through Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, and I stumbled upon a thread talking about this show and showing a bunch of different clips from it, and I was immediately in love.
He pissed up there. Why in the hell would he piss up there on that log? Ah! Hey, guys.
Yeah. Get down, trapper, guys. Get to us. Watch this. What's wrong, pal?
Oh, my eyes.
Oh, man.
I can't open my eyes.
Be all right? How did it get you?
I looked up there at that piss and just one drop or two fell on my face.
My girlfriend is big into this sort of unscripted cryptozoology a little bit, but you know, these sort of things where people just go out into the woods and try to find stuff, whether it's paranormal or cryptids, things like that. So immediately she also was in love with the concept, and we set upon watching the entirety of Mountain Monsters, of which I think there is 6 seasons at least on Amazon Prime. From what I can understand, they're even making more.
I can't move real good.
Hell yeah!
This show is amazing. It is truly unique because basically it's a bunch of dudes that go out into the Appalachian Mountains and try to hunt cryptids, which is not normally a show I would be invested in on any level. It's not my thing. I don't believe in that stuff. I don't believe in the paranormal either. Those types of shows don't really do much for me, but this show is a little different. And hold the phone, holy crap, I just realized there is 9 seasons of this show. Oh my god, I think we're working our way through season 4, and I thought there was only 6, maybe a 7th in the works, but no, there is a 9th season in the works. This is insanity, because what we're going to talk about in this video, you know, the amount of coverage they have on these insane topics and these amazing scenes, I cannot believe there's 9 seasons of it.
Come in to get a hold of the old bar.
But let's introduce the cast of these crazy characters. First off, we have Trapper.
Suck it up, you son of a bitch, Trapper! Suck it up!
Who has passed away from what I understand in 2019, so rest in peace. This guy was like the leader of the crew and basically, you know, the anchor point, the driving force that pushed the Ames team forward. Next up, we have Buck, who is the young Buck, pun intended.
Buck!
What the hell? What's he do?
Definitely, I mean, this guy was built to be on camera. He's so charismatic. He kind of becomes the de facto leader after Trapper kind of takes a back seat due to health reasons. And by the way, I love that they all have these titles for themselves, which I really don't think comes into play that often. For instance, Huckleberry is security. I mean, they're all just dudes with guns in the woods. I feel like the security level is around the same no matter what scenario. You got Huckleberry.
Huckleberry standing up here, buck-ass naked, covered in mud, holding that damn totem pole.
Hell, he's gone, dude.
Get him.
Who would probably be the scariest to encounter if you were roaming around in the Appalachian woods and just saw him in the distance as a hulking Bigfoot-like creature.
Get him.
You got Jeff, who is listed as the researcher, which always gives me a laugh.
Them bad boys are burning.
Because let's be real here, a lot of what these gentlemen talk about really has no real basis other than just word of mouth. And, you know, I heard he was about 12 foot tall and about 800,000 pounds. And yeah, the most of this research comes from Jeff, who, spoiler alert, goes through some really horrible stuff throughout the course of this show.
Well, Buck, it's bull because I don't think you understand what's going on.
Well, then if you got it figured out, then you do it.
Hey.
Why don't you get to work, do it your way, let me try it my way, because it's going to take everybody's head
I don't
together.
think you understand.
Don't you start your me, Jeff.
And then you got Willie and Wild Bill, who kind of started as side characters.
I'll bet he'll just
but have really cemented themselves as, you know, just classic characters of this show. Willie being the trap maker, which is hilarious because almost every single trap that they make, because they have to, you know, cover part of the show's runtime with something, so they have to, you know, set up a trap and make it. The trap basically almost always fails every single time.
Man, we got something huge in that trap.
Yeah, he's in there. He's in the trap.
And then you've got Wild Bill, who is kind of the comedy relief. He takes on a comedy relief role later on with a bunch of little weird, odd, humorous segments. And yeah, the show basically starts as a bunch of bros running around in the woods, kind of shouting at nothing and chasing ghosts and horrible, unbelievable creatures, unbelievable to the extent that they don't really, it's hard for me to believe that any of that is actually happening on this show, but they fully embrace it. They do not care. They, in fact, double, triple, quadruple down.
Hello?
As the show goes on, and we'll cover just insane things and scenarios that, you know, if you're fully invested in the show, it's honestly mind-blowing that these things could be happening to these poor boys. So yeah, the nature of the show is honestly hilarious because it starts off as your typical, you know, paranormal or cryptozoologist type go into the woods with a bunch of cameras and, you know, shout at nothing and get scared at nothing sort of shows. But then they kind of introduce these storylines, these quests, if you will, that they will follow and attempt to find artifacts to stop these horrifying creatures' machinations. There's one point where I think they're fighting the Thunder Brothers. Just saying this, my God. They're fighting the Thunder Lord and his Thunder Brothers, or the Lightning Lord and his Lightning Brothers, something like that. And they need to put together literally like a lightning axe or the Thunder Axe in order to stop him from achieving full power.
Come on, Jethro. What you got? Oh, yeah!
It is so great, and yeah, later on, this other team is introduced that puts on these skull masks and just really messes with these boys' heads. I mean, God, the psychological trauma that these gentlemen go through is on a different level. Oftentimes, I will look to my girlfriend as we're watching the show and kind of just express sorrow for what our boys have been through throughout the course of this show. But yeah, oftentimes I will laugh to myself thinking about how somebody could be really invested into this show and love the hunt, because like the first 2 seasons, every single episode, you know, is just like, there's a Bigfoot, but we're gonna call him the grass man, or the big man, or the big giant ham cleaver ham man, or something. But it's always a Bigfoot every freaking time. Sometimes it's a dog that has, you know, demon eyes or something, but a lot of the time, 90% of the time, I feel like it's some form of Bigfoot.
I've been ridiculed, laughed at, thrown out of school, everything because of this Bigfoot.
And, you know, they typically will create a trap. The trap will fail. Sometimes it'll trap the creature, but he'll get out of there. Somehow he'll break out of the trap, and they were so close to having him. I love that they will show the trapped creature in the trap sometimes, but they won't show it. They'll focus on boys instead and their reactions to when inevitably the creature will break out of the trap. They won't show the actual creature, which would have obviously be amazing because we would have video evidence. But no, the creature inexplicably always breaks out, and unfortunately we can't focus the camera on the actual creature breaking out. But yeah, that's how the show starts. Basically, you know, it's very procedural with tracking down, researching these creatures, creating a trap for them. The creature inevitably breaks out, and you know, sometimes they just pat themselves on the back and say, "Hey, at least we trapped him for a second, whatever." But really, I cannot stress enough how much this show builds into these narratives, these storylines, where, yeah, all this crazy stuff happens. I mean, we're deep into, I think, season 4, and there's a whole Spearfinger plot line where they have to find the mythical Spearfinger, but to do so, they have to track down like 4 or 5 other mythical beasts to uncover this plot that leads eventually to the Spearfinger.
Over the years, you've chased many mysterious creatures, locked horns with many legends. We have watched from the shadows, watched you fail.
But yeah, man, this is a show that is best not spoiled. If you have Amazon Prime, I'm sure it's on other stuff. I don't know, one of the 50,000, TV subscription services. I have no idea where this show is. I just watch it on Amazon Prime, which only has 6 seasons out of the 9 that are soon to happen. Kind of crazy. We're season 7 and 8. I don't know. But yeah, I cannot recommend this show enough as somebody that does not typically watch these types of shows. These types of shows typically do not have any draw for me, but this show is different. They fully embrace the nature of these insane over-the-top quests and fully act as if all of it is real, which is fantastic to watch. I have to hand it to these boys. Maybe they are actually seeing this stuff. You know, it's horribly documented a lot of the time. They very typically will not show any evidence except for people in Halloween masks and things chasing them through cornfields. But I have to hand it to them. They fully own the show, and it is such a joy to watch. If you've watched Mountain Monsters, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And if you have not and you watch it in the future, please let me know. I would love for this video to inspire those to watch this amazing show. And if you want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section. Also, check out the Patreon to help fuel this channel into more content areas. I'm GV. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.